Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Ready? Here we go. Hey, chance. Stop.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Open man down the field. That's Burden. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Packers defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Hall again.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Gun. Dot.
On the counter, it's Hall. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
10 more there and another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Diamonds on me fight, Nick and Reese, Iketina, Orange, Richard Mill on me dancing just like Bia. Going against
line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tyler Conklin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And running with power here.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
looking to put a drive together. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You look at this Bears defense.
It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
On one, ready? Here we go, here we go. Stop!
Give to Hall running right. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Work in the middle of the field, he's got a man complete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Let's get set. Stop.
They'll run with Hall. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 11, Mike.
Ball again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
They'll try to run it here with Hall.
He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
It's a turnover on down.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this one.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day at camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They'll throw with Penix. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. This defense for the Bears, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he is going to have the Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. The Packers at 4-8 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
And looking to throw, Penix. And he is caught. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Penix. That's down the field for Jefferson. And this is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 44 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Here we go.
They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
On 1, ready?
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
32-yard line.
On 1, ready? Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, he's going to find Burden. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Third and 4.
Gun.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's got this complete to Burden. And he will have the Bears 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled down. He wound up getting 8. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 10 at the Packers' 16-yard line.
Let's get set.
Burrow will throw. And it's caught. And the Bears are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
Now Burrow. Touchdown Bears! Ramondre Stevenson. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals. 70.
Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. A play fake. Now Penix.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
18, Pioneer. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Viking 18. 60 Bobcat, 60.
Looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That's something like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Here we go.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
That was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Wisnowski set to kick off.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Again, running left, it's McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 31, here's a second down and 6. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Carry here for Trevor Etienne. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Being chased out left. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
He's got Smith here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Ramondre Stevenson, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. is up across the 25 and down at the 28.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Penix. Out to his left. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 52 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
To the air, Penix.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they go play action now. Burrow airing this one out for Evans.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. On the draw is Stevenson.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
12.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
J.C. Horn up to make the tackle.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Now 2nd and 5.
Let's get set. Ready?
Burrow looking to pass. It's caught at the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Luther Burden there to make the grab. And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Sly on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
The set up to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Turnover on downs.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Running left is Stevenson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come over and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position, but as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. They run once more with Stevenson.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one,
and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise.
Down the numbers. There he goes.
Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Packers.
Christian McCaffrey with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. They'll try and throw with Penix.
That's caught. And this is caught. So they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do So they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Well, here we go, here we go.
On the handoff, Watson. And he's up into it at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
White 80. Got.
On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, strike. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Again, they go with Watson.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey.
Running free at the 45. Off to the races. Moving inside the 20.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Pass on for the extra point.
Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
Bears 45, Packers 22. Rigoberto
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire.